Away from that, Christian and Muslim leaders in Niger State are advocating more ways to foster harmonious coexistence between worshippers of the two major religions after a parish of the Redeemed Christian Church of God was set ablaze in Kontagora. Chenemi Bamaiyi reports.
This incident occurred in August, but it's not the first. It is just one out of several others that are usually unreported. Religious extremism is redirecting the global peace narrative, breeding extremism, which has resulted in thousands of deaths in Nigeria and across Africa. According to the Violent Incidents Database by the International Institute for Religious Freedom, 15,060 deaths were recorded and 132 religious buildings were damaged in Africa between November 2021 and August 2024. Iconoclasm, which is the action of attacking or assertively rejecting cherished beliefs and institutions or established values and practices, dates back to the 8th century, starting with the smashing of icons and images. But why does it still happen till this day? Are there people benefiting from it? And how is this shaping the peace narrative in a multi-religious and multi-ethnic society like Nigeria?
We have 3 generators, jintas, mesa, amplifiers, keyboard, all were burned down. From the estimates we have been able to gathered more than 15 million naira.
But why would anyone want to burn a place of worship? Was the church a nuisance to the neighborhood? Also, what kind of relationship exists between the church and its neighbors?
One of our neighbors here was the one that went to fire service office that night to inform them. And the fire service were able to come even before our arrival. So I think that's a sort of good rapport with you.
I was alerted by the fire and I called the church members that the church building is on fire, he said. They came over, but I can't tell the cause of the fire. We've been dwelling peacefully with them and we've never had any disagreements. Attempts to speak with the Emir of Kontagora failed, but the leadership of the church confirmed that the Emirate Council sent a representative to empathize with them after the attack. But in Mina, we spoke with Sheikh Nuruddin Lemu, the director of the Dawa Institute, a well-researched scholar on Islamic laws and interfaith dialogue.
The problem, unfortunately, is every community can have one complaint it wants to have about the other. Part of the identity or the supposed identity of religious scholars is that they are concerned more with justice, with compassion, with forgiveness, with patience, but also promoting good and prohibiting bad and collaborating.
Especially if there is some kind of violence, we try to call the people to exercise some patience, because you cannot use violence with violence to solve problems.
The Public Relations Officer of the Niger State Police Command, Wasiu Abiodun, said investigations are still ongoing.
So far so good. Nothing has been reported, nothing has been heard. Neighbors did not observe anything, and that is why as it stands, it still remains fire incident, and nobody has been able to really tell us what could be the cause of the fire.
It's Sunday morning. Worshippers are arriving at the church.
A great man, because he found what?
I visited the church to see the people's worship and the charred remains of the church building. How have these attacks impacted their faith, and what is the way forward?
In late 2013, we started the rebuilding of the church because of that attempted arson. So by 2014, October, we had finished this building. We had put on rafters. We wanted to start knocking the sheet the following morning. And one Dawake from the land office came with 2 policemen at about 5:30 in the evening and told us to stop work, that they had orders from the Emirate Council that we should stop work. But since then, we have been talking with the Emirate people to see if we could roof. The Emir set up a committee. We met several times, headed by the Sadauna of the Emirate, who also is late. We met several times. We could not arrive at any concrete agreement.
There is nothing in this world that move smoothly. Trials must come in. I see this one that happened in our church as one of it.
Even though what we experienced this morning, we find it very difficult to connect with our general overseer in Lagos during the message. Nevertheless, we trust God that things will soon get better.
Tension becomes worse when religious communities and religious leaders who already are divided allow their own disunity to polarize the communities. And then they become problematic.
Tolerance is paramount for a peaceful coexistence, especially in a multi-religious and multi-ethnic country like Nigeria. However, it is imperative that those that bear the rule are able to enforce it in bringing those that committed these dastardly acts to book. Chenemi Bamaiyi, TVC News, Kontagora.